and what is happening behind the scenes to try to avoid default. If anyone would know, it is the Senate Budget Chairman and prime mover behind the Gang of Six, Conrad. Senator, thanks so much. Well, you were behind the scenes. We had our own behind the scenes, our Inside Washington shoot today. And I think you were talking to my leader, at least, Brian Williams, at one point earlier today. What are you seeing behind the scenes? Are there negotiations going on that we don't know about?
Well, certainly there are. You know the situation here, Andrea. Look, we are getting closer and closer to a moment that is critically important to the country. And so there are a lot of talks underway. I think increasingly there is the understanding that just kicking this can down the road another time is not going to work, that doing the kinds of things that are necessary are going to take time. That means there needs to be a down payment, but that also means that we're going to need some additional time to do fundamental tax reform, reform of the entitlements, to get a package as big as what is required. We cannot be dealing with packages like Speaker Boehner's talking about $850 billion. We've got to have a package of at least $4 trillion at the end of the day. So,
well, Senator, if there's
we're going to have a bigger down payment.
If there's some progress on these talks, then should the president sign a short-term deal, a brief extension, while this comes together, while this tries to gel?
You know, I don't think that's the first preference, because that would create more uncertainty in the market. So I don't think that's the first preference. First preference is to get a process agreed to that gets us to the big deal with a significant down payment.
And with John Boehner telling his caucus today, get your you-know-what in line, he doesn't have the votes. He can't come up with 217 votes. How does this all come together? Does something first have to start in the House, or is there a way that Harry Reid's plan or some changed, expanded Harry Reid plan can begin to be seen in both houses? I'm not clear what the roadmap is.
You know, I don't think we have a precise roadmap at this moment. I think it is very clear that Leader Reid has got the guts of what can ultimately get across the finish line here. That is over $2 trillion of savings now, with a process to get us much more. Because at the end of the day, this cannot just be about extending the debt limit. We have got to fundamentally deal with the debt of the United States. And these smaller packages are not going to solve that problem.
Senator, just briefly, you've been one of the real hawks against budget gimmicks. A lot of people criticize Harry Reid's plan because they say these defense savings aren't real.
You know, let's be clear. OMB and CBO score those savings as real. On the other hand, all of the bipartisan groups that have put together packages have not counted overseas contingency operations or war costs as part of savings, on the theory that no budget is going to determine what you actually spend when you're in conflict. So if you take that out, you still have a bigger package under Leader Reid than you have under Speaker Boehner, and you have a way forward to get to a much bigger package. Look, fundamental tax reform and fundamental entitlement reform is not a 6-week job. It's not a 6-month job. That is going to take us well into next year.
Sure.
But it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Senator Conrad, thank you very much.